Welcome to the Acquired Taste podcast show. It's your boy Richie Carlisle tapping in. We got a very special guest. We got my man Watts, better known as Watts, BKA Watts. You know what I'm saying? Dope MC, legendary host. He's a staple in the 216 in terms of the entertainment industry. You know, owner and founder of PRO. He's been doing his thing. He didn't, the shows he done hosted, venues, platforms that he's done and is doing, second to none right now. Him and a good brother of mine, Vigatron, co-creator of Blurs and Clips, which I think was so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Tell the people about the recent pickup for Blurs and Clips.
Yeah, man, we signed to Revolt, bro. Signed to Revolt Podcast Network. So that was a low key crazy move. I didn't know if it would actually happen. Because there was a point where it was like, all right, it looked shaky, and then it ended up going through. There was a point where we actually were considering not even trying to pursue it, but because it got weird with the bid for a minute. But then just because we thought we might not want to associate ourselves with the company and brand after what happened. But then once they removed him and he was no longer in the picture, then they reapproached us, and then it was like, all right, well then let's talk business.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's them, and then I produced 3 other shows for them too.
Right. So yeah, man. Once again, man, congratulations on that move. You remember you was telling me how it was formulating, and then the madness happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what's up, man. So Blurs and Clips, it's one of my favorite joints, and the reason why for me is because unlike a lot of podcasts, it's focused on movies and stuff that Blurs is into. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Blurs, man. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, for sure. Because it's like you don't have to be quote unquote mainstream. You know what I'm saying? You can be comfortable in your own skin and still thrive. And it's a good place to be. You know what I'm saying? So, how did you get started?
In the podcasting space?
Well, from the beginning, because at the beginning, MCing, then the hosting.
Right. Rapping in Mom Dude's basement was, so like that was high school. And that just continued on into college. So I was on campus rapping and battling and kicking it, then starting and recording doing music. Eventually led to just running into a bunch of vultures and because ultimately what it comes down to is like you start coming across the managers, people who like, I think.
Let's talk about
I think you got talent, like
managers.
I'll manage
the
you.
managers.
I'll pay for this. I'll pay for XYZ because they want to try to ride the coattails of somebody who they see some talent behind it. So,
how come like 3 out of 4 managers don't have cars?
Bro, listen, man. The crazy thing about it is, I say like
shots fired at the fake ass managers.
No, for sure. I say like in the city, especially on a local level, on an underground level, I feel like I can comfortably throw out there probably 8 out of 10 managers don't even know how to manage anything about an artist or a business. Realistically, like 8.5 out of 10 artists don't need a manager. They're not even in a position to have one because they don't even have shit to manage. And shit, I was that artist at a point in time too. I didn't have shit to manage. I knew how to rap, but I wasn't doing no business. I didn't know shit about the industry, the inner workings, how shit went, how to operate, how to do business. I didn't even know that you had to, you had to go and register your DBA and shit, and actually that your artist name is a whole entity in itself, bro. Like, and that's shit that you just don't know that you don't know. But a thing that I'm big on is telling niggas to learn the business that you say you want to be your business. So, back in the day, it just came with a bunch of bumps and bruises and dealing with it, working with people, and just realizing, bro, you literally only even communicate with me because you think I'm good and you think that something's going to happen for me and you want to have your hand in it so you can get something too. But yeah, so it went from rapping and dealing with whoever to then eventually, just decided to completely go off on my own with it, me and the homies, and just turn up doing what we were doing. 2012 is when my daughter was born, and when she dropped, I dropped a mixtape, put that joint out. Shout out to Corey Grant. We did that joint, threw it out there, put it out everywhere. That joint went crazy. The numbers. I'm doing shows any and everywhere. But even though that joint came out, did what I wanted it to do, more than I ever expected it to do in all actuality, and the trajectory looks dope, it still ultimately came down to, it was like, this is just the beginning, and it's like, I'm gonna have to put in so much work to see what I want to see come out of this, and I got this baby in the house right now, and I can't feed her, you know what I'm saying, shows, you know what I'm saying, I can't, that's not how it worked, bro. So it's just like, it came to a point where it's like, all right, I need to actually go sit down, buckle down, and work, and I did that. So then 5 years at Radio Shack, 3 years at T-Mobile, and in the meantime, since I stopped rapping, that was 2012 to 2016, and then somewhere within there, towards the end of 2014, so I had been removed from the scene for 2 years. Somebody, a cat named Cody, offered me a hosting gig. Me and Duran Bernard, shout out to bruh, we went and hosted what used to be, well, I mean, it is still currently B-side Tuesdays open mic there at Rhythms. They had shut down. All the original cast and crew kind of went their separate ways, and they wanted to bring it back and offered it to me and him to host. So me and Duran started hosting that joint on alternating Tuesdays, and eventually just me, because Duran left and they went out to LA, and now that nigga's mega famous and shit.
Right.
So, so I went from rapping out the basement, dealing with bullshit managers, shitty business, so on and so forth. Went off on my own. 2012, dropped the mixtape. Had dope trajectory, but said I need to take care of this baby, so I left the music alone. 2 years later, I came back onto the scene, hosting instead of rapping, and from there, hosting just took me any and everywhere.
What was the? Tell us about the most memorable hosting gig you ever had. Top, like when I say hosting gig, like best hosting gig, the first one that come to mind.
Ghostface was crazy.
I was there.
Yeah, Ghostface was crazy. That was a dope ass night. That bitch was super sold out. Grog Shop went crazy. I got to open and host, so I got to spit, and I also got to obviously meet Ghostface. I had on the joint that one of my people had designed, a custom Wu-Tang joint. So when he saw it, he was like, "Where the hell you get that?" And it was like, "Yeah, nigga, it's exclusive." Like that, you feel me? So that was crazy. So that was just a dope ass moment, and I got a crazy ass picture in front of the crowd, man, which was just swimming. And I also realized way more white people was there than niggas, and that was should have been an expected thing, but now I was like, damn, like, no, white people love Wu-Tang, bro. Like that bitch was packed.
Dude, when they came with Nas 2 years ago, bruh.
It's real.
So that's the thing, and what's crazy is that, you know, when people talk about quote unquote technical rappers, and I hate that term. Technical rappers and lyrical miracle are two terms that it make you really want to just fight niggas. You know what I'm saying, for real? Because it's like, you know what I mean? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? but for real, but it's like the people that love hip hop and appreciate lyricism and bars for the most part are the white people.
Yeah.
Are white people, and you know it's unfortunate, and you know, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that back in the bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I hate that shit. But yeah, but that's the thing about Wu-Tang. You know, Wu-Tang are people that's really spitting. You know, you would think that, you know, when you were an artist, you would.
Nah, bro. Like I said, it was crazy. I remember, bro, like I said, because I walked in and it was like you could see a bunch of, you know, back people heads or whatever, and I'm coming through that joint, and then I get up on stage and I look out into the audience, and I'm just like, there are like 300 white faces and like 100 black ones.
You like, it's Parma in the house.
Yeah, bro, like, it was crazy, but it was dope though. And he was cool as hell. We took some dope ass pictures and shit. Like, it was a good ass show. He took that bitch up for when we came out.
Right.
So that was crazy. So I mean, like on the positive, like good side.
I mean, that's not even like what you said isn't even negative. It's just
no. I'm saying that's the most memorable on the positive side. I have more memorable gigs I've done, but they're negative. So like that's the
okay. Tell me about one. Cause I mean, we want to spend all night talking about, you know, cause we can sit back all night and talk about the goofy shit that happened with shows.
You know what, bruh? So like, nigga, I'm probably like Twista's biggest fan in Cleveland, nigga. Like, and I have nothing to support that, nigga, except for the fact that I think I know the words to like 75% of the verses that this nigga has ever recorded and released, nigga. Like, I know Twista's lyrics.
Twista's a legend.
Fucking front to back, nigga, from goddamn when that nigga was tongue twister, nigga, way
the
back,
tongue
nigga.
twister?
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy.
See, hold up, they don't know. They don't know.
Niggas don't know.
No,
bro.
you don't
like,
know that he was the tongue twister.
That's different.
With the button up polka dot shirts and shit.
Bruh,
and slacks.
Come on, man. Like,
and slacks back in '90.
Bruh, like, so. Like, I fuck with Twista from back then all the way, you know what I'm saying? So, like, then, you know, Kamikaze and Day After and all them. Like, nigga, when I found out Twista was coming and niggas called me to host a nigga concert, bro, I'm like, no, this is, like, nigga, and who else knows all this nigga lyrics and love that nigga? My mother. Like, nigga, I'm so hyped to tell Dukes, like, yo, I'm hosting Twista's concert. She was in Germany at the time, so
wow.
if she was here, I would have had her here with me.
Right.
But I hosted the concert, and then that is the only celebrity concert that I hosted that I didn't get to meet the artist. And like, nigga, and the level of fan that I am with Twista, I was.
How did that happen?
Nigga. So the nigga had a fucking gigantic superhuman bodyguard, nigga, right? So when he came for sound check, I was there earlier in the day. And of course, I wasn't going to, you know what I'm saying, you never do the weird groupie shit, you know, whatever, nigga. So he was just on stage, he was rehearsing some of the joints and shit. I'm over at the bar and shit, and you know, everybody know me, know I don't drink. So I'm at the bar getting ginger ale and shit while he doing sound check, and I'm like, I'll holler at him before you go or whatever. So I'm sitting down chilling, sipping on this ginger ale, this nigga going through the joints, nigga. I'm just sitting right there at the bar, nigga, reciting all the lyrics and shit too, nigga, just enjoying it. And then, when they got done with the rehearsal, right before they got done with the rehearsal, running through the set, they had called me to the back. So when I came back out, they was already walking out the door, leaving out to go and grab something to eat before coming back to the show. So I didn't get to meet them beforehand. I was like, oh, fuck, whatever, it's cool. So then when he got there that night, it was a couple of like random, super, like, and legitimately, I don't know, like groupie shit. Like, he wasn't on like no groupie shit, but it was a chick though. She's just super fucking annoying. She's just super annoying, bro. And she was just there, and she, like, I've seen her at a bunch of different shit, like where there's like celebrities, and she just be wanting to just have conversation, and that's cool. She just want to talk. And nigga, literally what she was doing, and she talked the bodyguard ear off, nigga, and eventually there was some moment where the nigga let a couple people go into the green room, and she was back there, and she talked this nigga Twisted ear the fuck off. Like, nigga, we just know she's in there. Like, I can see through the green room door. She's in there, just her mouth never stopped moving. I'm on stage.
I hear her.
Like, nigga, just talk.
I know, for real. Like, I could just imagine an irritating ass voice just, and you know,
just going, bro, just going. So I'm standing back. I'm out there on the stage. I'm of course entertaining the audience and shit. So then at the end of the night, so he come out, he do the concert. I'm on stage while he performs. So I'm on stage, he perform. I'm up there, it's me, the DJ, a couple other people. Boom, he rocked that bitch. Oh, girl never came out the green room. Like, she watched from like the green room door. So then he goes back in there and shit. The bodyguard goes in there, close it up, and then he finally booted old girl up out of there. And like everything started late, so they had to hurry up and go hit the bus to go out to the next city. Now again, they call me to the back. I'm going back there to collect my bread. So I go to the back to get my bread. I come back to the stage. Green room door is wide open. They had just left out while I was getting paid. So I never got to meet this nigga Twister.
Damn.
I'm like, fam,
That's wild.
what just happened?
That's wild.
Bruh, salty as fuck. I never, and it's like, and low key, like, I knew, like, at this point where this nigga is in his career, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the last time I see you Twister. Like, and that was like some years ago. He hasn't had nothing come out that's, and I don't expect him to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna have nothing that's gonna come out that niggas gonna be like, oh, this nigga Twisted. I have a resurgence and shit. No, it's not about to happen. So I highly doubt that he come back here. Like, not to mention, like, the concert is so decent, but not like crazy. It ain't like this a spot where he like, yo, I need to go back there and get that money again. So it's like, nigga, it's unlikely that nigga's gonna come back.
Right.
I never remember hearing about him coming here prior to that.
So, I remember him coming to, I think it was Tri-C. Was it the Tri-C concert you're talking about?
Right, but it would have been, how long ago was that type shit?
Man, yeah.
So it's like, having been a fan of that nigga since the 90s and only knowing that nigga to come here twice, nigga, in the entirety of my lifespan, nigga, is like, probably not coming back.
You know what? I remember a long time ago, you know, I'm older than you. You know, old ancient nigga. When Eminem, when he before he blew, it was Eminem, it was Fat Joe, it was motherfucking Big Pun.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
That was like Big Pun show, and I forgot who else was rocking that night. And the Twister van was outside, was wrapped up. It was wrapped up, but that show was crazy.
Nigga,
that
Twister and Pun and M, fuck that joke. But like,
right, but M when he was like M, he had like mixed reviews. This was right before "Hi, my name is" drop, and he was performing it, and I'm listening like, is that Dr. Dre on this joint? I'm like, okay, he not bad, he can spit, but this was before M is who he is now. Right. So this was like '99.
That's right.
Like 90, it was like it had to have been actually probably 98, 99 when all them dudes came up like the whole Terror Squad was on stage, and Big Pun, you remember back in the day when like Noriega and them had the leather jerseys and shit? So Pun had the leather jersey on, he doing this, laid up on the speaker. But
it's Pun though, bro. I would have nigga would have gave at least one toe to see that nigga Pun chunk it live.
Right.
That nigga is
right.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Pun name don't get nowhere near enough respect on it when it comes to
that one album, like the second album was just kind of thrown together, man, but that first album was crazy.
That nigga, but it just, but like when you talk about if you do talk about a nigga with technical skill, nigga, rap ability, the ability to craft together words, nigga. Pun is fucking top 10, my nigga. It's not even.
Pun was absurd. Pun was wild with it. He was sick with it. He was sick with it, and the fact that skill set doesn't get not even 5% of what it was in the golden era. Now it's like it's so gimmicky. But I digress, man. So you got PRO, you know what I'm saying? We got the Revolt Deal, you know what I'm saying? What's some things that you are like working on for 2025 that people need to know about?
So this year, bruh, it's kind of my goal before summer even hit, bro, to fire myself from the company, low key. Like, I don't want to do it, though. So I'm really looking at bringing in a couple of people who I can put in position to take over everything. When it comes to the podcast production, how I'm looking at it, I want to get to 100 podcasts. Average podcast got two hosts on it. You know, you got your host and your co-host, whatever, or two hosts, however it play out. But the average podcast got two. If I want to do 100 pods, that's finding 200 people that want to talk shit in Northeast Ohio. That sounds like a really attainable fucking goal, my nigga.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
You feel me? Like,
but it's that's a lofty goal. It is
for sure. But we already getting close to 30 right now. So it's a thing where,
I mean, if you almost at 30, then sure. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I'm being far fetched for real. So I guess realistically, what I want to do is I want to see us before the year is out. I want to see us hit 75. I ain't gonna say we gotta hit the 100 this year, but I'm gonna go for the 75.
No, I remember when we was talking about 100. You know, I think it was about 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to be at 30.
But I had no idea how to do it then.
Oh yeah.
Now I feel like I do.
I mean, again, if you're almost at 30, then it's really just about growing vertically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, growing vertically. Now you did it 20 times, 30 times.
Right.
So it's just okay.
Sure.
It's just really taking a bigger risk,
right?
And then just doing it.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna launch the website. Like I said, I want to hit 100 is what the goal is ultimately. So if I can make it happen this year, then we make it happen this year.
Right.
That would. I also am looking at potentially opening a second studio. So going into another location because I'm going to need it to facilitate all of those shows. I want to bring in a few more employees and get people trained up on the method that I've developed to successfully create these shows. Get them to look good, sound good, strategize, and distribution.
Right.
Of course, it's going to turn into resulting some other new shows getting signed to Revolt as well. So I may expand my footprint within the brand because I'm the only person who has this many shows behind for the network. Nobody else has this many to produce. So I came in the gate, out the gate with them, heavy.
You think that contributed to Revolt knocking on the door?
Oh, for sure. Because we was also doing live shows once a month.
Mm-hmm.
I halted them this past year. We stopped doing them as I was focusing on locking in just more of what else we had going on. But yeah, they definitely pulled up and came and saw the live shows and experienced them. And that's how it all happened. It came together. Saw the variety of different shows that we were behind producing them. So yeah, man, like I said, hit a bigger number when it comes to the pods. Train up some new employees and put people in position. I'm gonna take myself out of the running when it comes to actually, producing and so on and so forth. When it comes to the shows, and I'm gonna get in front of the camera more. Because I have a second show that I launched, so still got blurs and clips. Then my new one is a podcast that doesn't exist, and then I'm gonna do a third show, and that one is gonna actually be about podcasting. So I'll talk about podcasting, the whole game, business, how to push yourself together, and basically just give free game on it for people who want to get in. Because I think that's also going to be a tool that's going to help market and build up the brand.
Oh, for sure.
So, just moving like that, man, and positioning, creating bro. That's all I'm going to do. I want to create more and just tear everybody's face out. I feel like I'm better than a lot of niggas at a lot of shit, and I just patiently, calmly, just chill and let niggas be mediocre. And not this year. I think I'm gonna turn that one time. I don't have to make it sound bad. I'm just gonna do shit and just let the work speak for itself. So yeah, man, just get busy.
Right. Well, there you have it, yo. Thanks for stopping by once again, Watts, better known as BKA Watts, my nigga. Thank you for stopping through. It's the Quiet Taste Media Show. We out.
Just like that with it.
Yeah, maybe back then niggas do 2-hour podcasts.
Man, bro, niggas be going for it, bro.
But you can.
You know what I'm saying?
This ain't no